Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engine. Alpha Centauri. Oh right, I'm still near the Centauri system. Because I was getting B-roll for my last video. Let's go back into clicky mode. And yeah, alright, let's go places. Alpha Centauri. Yeah, that's Rigel Kentaurus, and that should be Ptolemy. I like Ptolemy better. Alpha Centauri B. Because it's a K-type star, and I like K-type stars. But anyways, where's Proxima? I never see Proxima. I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's very, very tiny. Anyways, we're going places. So we'll leave the Alpha Centauri system. Yeah, fun times ahead. 102,873. Oh, I spelled hip wrong. I put an O there instead of a P. Ah. As you can see, I am very much on point. Oh boy. Lacustrian terror with life. That's pretty. Gives me kind of like Mars with a thicker atmosphere vibes. Or Venus with a thinner atmosphere. Probably because of the streaky clouds. I like streaky clouds. Ooh, it has moons too. It has two moons. There's one. Where's the other one? Two. That one is an asteroid. This one's an actual full body. A Microterra. Damn. It's also pretty damn close to its planet. To its parent body. Let's land. Because I don't land on planets very often. And then, yeah, alright, come on. You can do it. And we have made it. There's the Pleiades. My goodness, this is a really close orbit. I wonder if it's close to the Roche limit where it like break up. It wouldn't be at that limit because it would be broken up if it were. But it's pretty damn close. Huh. What an interesting terrain. And the star. Wow, look at that. Is there like a walking mode? I would like a walking mode. Oh, I can land on object. Cool. Uh, kind of. That's weird. Yeah, alright then. There's another planet in the system I have to go to, apparently, which we will get to in a moment. I'm just enjoying the scenery, because I don't land on planets very often, and I wish I did. Actually, Space Engine's really fun with VR. My computer can hardly run it in VR, but it's still fun to land and stand on planets. But, I haven't done that in a while. My vertigo has gotten very bad this last year, so I actually haven't used my headset in months because my motion sickness cannot handle it. But I'm hoping to get that fixed at some point. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Right then, I have to go somewhere else. We're going to the 7th planet in the system now. Oh, no. Let's just click on the star. Apparently it has a pink atmosphere, and I'm all for that. Although it better be like actually pink and not like the fake pink that people claim to be purple. But I can't see purple, so land on object. Bump. Wow, okay. This is a lot less smooth than I was expecting. It's pretty rugged. But it does in fact have a pink atmosphere. That's kind of fun. I enjoy the pink atmosphere. What? It's frigid, okay. What's the atmosphere? Mostly nitrogen. It's a little bit less than Earth's atmosphere. It's cold. How cold? Where's the temperature? Minus 184. I wonder I wonder if this would be water ice deposits then, or if it's deposits of gases. Interesting, interesting, interesting location. It does not have life. Oh man, this looks like a weird early 90s graphic animation. Kind of like the one from Star Trek 2? Yeah, the Genesis effect and just flying over the planet. They're like, ooh, look at that impressive CG effects, but it looked really basic. It was impressive for the time. It's kind of like people are like, oh yeah, they faked the moon landing with CG. And it's like, are you aware of the state of CG in the 1960s? It was quite the experience. We're gonna fly through this over this planet because I'm gonna do it properly. My asthma's acting up. I'm not sure why. Something probably blew in outside. This is kind of fun. I never use like the flight mode very often, except for like when I'm doing video recordings or like clip recordings, because it gives me very smooth transitions. But actually flying over planets and stuff, it's kind of fun. And there's also no risk of crashing and blowing up because we're not actually in a plane. Whoa. Anyways, the topics for today are to look for a giant ice giant, very fun, and disaster movies. And I was given a whole bunch of Roland Emmerich movie suggestions because he does that a lot. He did 2012, Day After Tomorrow, Independence Day. I really enjoyed Independence Day, the first one. It's a fantastic, really great movie. The second one, now, it was bad, but I had fun, so I'll whatever. But it wasn't a good movie. And to me, the biggest problem with it was that it had too many main characters. Because, like, in the first one, you had, like, 4 main characters. Maybe 5, actually, if you count. Yeah, like 5 main characters. But their stories were all, like, 2 of them were together. Actually, 3 of them were all together. One of them was separate. Like, they were all fairly cohesive. So it worked. It's like you had David, you had Captain Miller. Their stories intersect pretty early on. It's like at first off they're separate, then they come together. Jasmine was separate, and the president, who his story and David come like they all converge as the movie goes along. So you get like it all forms a larger narrative, and that's what made it work. Ooh, a mini Neptune. Those are ice giants. However, in the second one, you had a ton of characters, and their stories were all basically separate for the entirety of the movie. And you didn't. It was very all over the place, and I didn't like that. And it was very just upsetting because it's like, and some of the stories were actually like some of the stories that were told in the background would have been much cooler. Like the one general guy in Africa talking about, after the ship landed, they were having like ground wars with the aliens, and it's like that would have been cool to watch. I would have liked to see that movie, but no, we got something else instead. And I don't know, it was fun for what it was, but it wasn't very. It was just a little too over the top. There was too many characters and the stories. There was too many subplots. It's a warm Neptune. So love the first one. The second one, whatever. Although the end of the second one, they set it up beautifully for like space opera stuff, and I love me a good space opera. So I was like, hell yeah. And then they were like, yeah, no, we're not making a third one because it bombed. And I was like, all right. And then Roland Emmerich was like, recently it was like, oh yeah, we might do a third one. It'll have to be a bit different than what we were gonna do, but it can still play off it. And it's like it better involve like space travel and warships. Like I want a space opera, damn it. I don't care if it's really really badly written. I just like watching space opera. It's such a fun genre. Ooh, an orange dwarf. Alright. Super Oceania Aquaria. That's the name of my new band. Cold Aquaria. Cold Arid. Wait. Arid Aquaria. I don't know if it works that way. Unless you had, actually, I think an arid Oceania would make less sense. But it might just be because like it has oceans, but the mini Neptune, but the ground is very dry. Like there isn't a whole lot of a hydrological cycle on it. Pretty. Let's go to this hot arid Terra because I'm curious. As for other movies, 2012 was a very stupid movie. I only watched it once. I remember very little. What I do remember is that John Billingsley was in it, and that I liked that because I like John Billingsley. This is a very... Wait, what? Excuse me. The atmospheric pressure... Huh. It has a thicker atmosphere. Anyways, John Billingsley, he played Dr. Phlox in Star Trek Enterprise. He was actually also, he showed up in The Orville, which I thought was funny. But yeah, no, the movie itself was actually quite dumb. It was just playing off the whole 2012 crap. It was similar to like when Y2K was a thing. There was a bunch of people playing off that. I remember The Simpsons made a joke about it, which was funny. I remember Y2K. It was stupid. I was like, what, 7 or 8 when Y2K happened? And, well, should I say it didn't happen? At least not in any real extent. There were some issues here and there, but it was just like it was a computer glitch, but it wasn't the end of the world that everyone was thinking it would be, because there was a whole bunch of prep time, and they fixed it. Yeah, man, I've been through so many end of the worlds. It's crazy. I remember, like, what was it, in 2016? The Rapture was supposed to have happened. That was a good day. I remember it was a very sunny and nice day. Oh, this one, the moon has life. It's a cold, airless mini aquaria with life. So a mini aquaria, so the aquarias, I think, are like shell moons? Is that what I'm getting at? Yeah, they're shell moons, because this is like subglacial. So an oceania has oceans on the surface, and an aquaria is a shell moon. That would make Europa a shell moon, or an aquaria. Let's find out. Europa. Moon. Cold, airless, mini aquaria. Yep, I was right. Cool. We're not going, I just wanted to check. So yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of 2012. It was kind of a... It was just stupid. I don't know. Day After Tomorrow... That was a good one, actually. I enjoyed it. The premise was kind of shoddy, but the movie itself was good. And it had Jake Gyllenhaal, which I like Jake Gyllenhaal, so... Ironically, the first movie I ever watched with Jake Gyllenhaal was October Sky, so I always associate him with that role. So it's whenever I see him in anything else, I'm always like, oh, it's weird. But yeah, so Day After Tomorrow I actually liked. Well, the concept was shoddy in that there was a glimmer of reality in it, but not a lot. Like the idea of global warming causing where's the one with life? The one with like the idea of global warming causing the the Atlantic current. I forget which one it is, but causing that to shut down. That's a real concern. In fact, it's currently happening, unfortunately, because we can't have nice things. But that causing an ice age? No. It will screw up a number of northern latitude locations. England is not gonna, like, if it does shift into the low flow mode, England's climate is gonna get completely trashed. And a fair bit of northern Europe and the east coast of Canada. Not like, end of the world levels, but that current does deliver a lot of warmth to the northern hemisphere from the tropics, and if it shuts down and stops transporting climate or warmth to the northern latitudes, yeah, the climates are gonna suck. Yeah, like look at where the UK is, like on a map, like latitude, longitude. Where is it? Away from the equator, and then draw a line around the globe from it to other parts of the world, and you'll see what its climate would be like if it wasn't for the depending on where it is. Like you can tell roughly what somebody's climate is by how far away it is from the equator. So if you look at, like, for example, I think the UK, like London, is at a similar latitude to my city, and it gets cold here. I tell you, it gets really cold here. So it's like, without that heat transportation, the British Isles are gonna be a lot colder than they currently are. But then again, the effects of global warming, like the actual trapped atmospheric heat, will cause problems as well, like mostly moisture pattern changes. So, okay, so going back to the movie, there is some precedent that the shutdown of the currents is a real thing. It can be caused by global warming, unfortunately. The mechanism is all correct that was stated in the movie, but the outcome was stupid. You're not going to get giant troposphere or upper stratosphere, troposphere super cyclones that freeze everything. That's not going to happen. But it made for a really good plot device, so I'll give it a pass. Plus, that was Roland Emmerich, who I like his movies. So, I would like to know more about the disaster that befell everybody in Interstellar, because there was, like, apparently global conflicts, and then it stopped happening. I don't know what year that movie even takes place in. And then there was a blight that was destroying food crops, and that's about as much as I remember. I need to actually watch it again, but I don't remember them actually explaining anything, or even giving us settings, which might have been a brilliant idea, because now you don't have that suspension of disbelief where it's like, oh, what year is this? It's like, I don't fucking know. Frigid arid subaquaria. A temperate mini Jupiter. That sounds like a fun place. Oh, what's another? Ooh, Sunshine was a good one. I liked that one. The premise, again, was dumb, but the movie was actually really well done. I don't know how the ship had artificial gravity. They never explained that. Like, it had centrifuges, but those were, like, the antennas. The actual ship itself, for some reason, had gravity despite it being a long ship. But I enjoyed the giant, like, fission weapon that they were that they were going to use to restart the sun. And I also found it weird that movie went from, like, speculative high level science fiction to slasher horror, like, in the last act. That was kind of a jarring change, but whatever. The movie was still good. I enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Oh, I do like the idea of disaster movies where you have to, like, something bad happens and you have a 1 in a million shot of fixing it, but it's not very likely that it's gonna work. Um, the Core, for example, that is an incredibly stupid movie, but it's also like a really high level guilty pleasure of mine. I love that movie. It's, again, incredibly stupid, but it's also incredibly fun. And it falls into the idea of bad things happening. We need to fix it. There's a good chance we're not going to make it back. Have fun, and that's exactly what happens. And they fix it, and it's great. It's actually that genre of either take a long trip, or take a long trip, get lost along the way, or there and back again, fix the problem. Like, those two genres, I don't know if they actually have an actual name, but that's what I call them, are like my favorite genre of drama. Like, Star Trek Voyager is take a long trip, get lost along the way. Back to so is Homer's Odyssey. The Core is 1 in a million shot. There, back again, fix the problem. The anime Space Battleship Yamato is there and back again, try to solve the problem, but with aspects of get lost along the way. I'm trying to think of other ones that are like. There's a bunch of things that fall into that category. Ooh, or also, Long Way from Home stories are fun, like Buck Rogers or Farscape, or like any story where like you get thrown outside of your element and you end up somewhere where you're not supposed to be and you have to find your way home. Which I guess Voyager also falls into that category of. Actually, I guess that technically falls into Take a Long Trip, Get Lost Along the Way. Because Buck Rogers got lost. You couldn't see the air quotes, but I did them. Both in space and time. Lost in Space, obviously. Farscape, he got lost in space. Farscape's such a weird show. Yeah. Oh, Interstellar, or not Interstellar. Actually, Interstellar does fall into this category, but Interstellar and Sunshine both fall into the there and back again, solve the problem, or like 1 in a million shot. I don't know. I don't really have a specific name for that genre, but it's basically like bad thing happened. You have to go on an adventure to try to get something or find something to fix it. I think Andy Weir's new book falls into that category, Hail Mary. Yeah, I love that genre. So like in the disaster movie concept or context, it's also both of those also work. I wonder if The Wandering Earth falls into that, but that's some really high level science fiction right there because it isn't. It's like bad thing happened and we have to move the Earth, and that's just cool. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. That's just cool. I like that. Oh, there was a book about this person who made this substance called like Ice Nine or something like that. And it's like it's ice that if you drop it and if it touches water, it converts the water it touches into ice into this Ice Nine or whatever it is, Ice Seven, Ice Nine. And somebody, like a politician, takes it to kill himself, and then his body's dumped in the ocean, and that it makes the oceans all convert to this, and it screws up the planet. That was a weird book. I'll have to I even forgot what it was called. It was like something Cradle. I don't know. Seven Eves was an interesting book. That was disaster technically. Earth gets its ass completely handed to itself. Oh man, there's lots of disaster movies that are fun. Let me look over at my movies right now. I don't have any on my shelf right next to me that fall into that category. But yeah, and I don't know. I like movies. I don't watch a lot of them, but I do like them. No, I do watch movies, but I watch on my own terms. But anyways, that's 23 minutes. I have to wrap it up there. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you had more ideas for things for me to talk about or place for me to go, let me know in the comments below. If you have ideas for other videos, like in the other format, the infograph format, let me know. I'm always open to that. And yeah, space.